1121, because that was the last point that there was only going to be fill. And 1164 was the last point there was only going to be cut, and then I had a transitional point. And what is interesting about point B? It's on the center line of the road. So that's why I picked that middle one. I picked 11 plus 40 because B was on the center line of the road. Okay, everybody comfortable with stationing? Yes, right? Everybody comfortable with seeing whether it's cut or fill? Yes. It's a visual thing, it's kind of a 3D visual thing, and that's just this particular picture. We're going to look at others as we go along. Next, let's take a look at these. So I'm not looking at the bottom, I'm going to the next page. So talk to the person next to you and find out, are we looking at cut or are we looking at fill?
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, all of them. Look at all 6 of them.
This is when they're taken out.
Yeah.
Then it would be cut.
Yeah, right, and then they would fit.
I think we just gotta use that terrain.
Okay.
What about this?
That would be,
Transition section. So it must be like cut and fill.
well, you see, I did X1 kind of like cut and fill.
Oh, yeah. That's true. But what about this one? This one is cut.
Let's see, so basically you got
The first thing I do is I find where the road bed is. It's the flat thing. That's the road bed. And then go from there.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and then this one is maybe.
See, that first one's already going to go to this, like, depends on how you're looking at it.
Because like this right here, they're
Yeah.
filling that in, but then they're cutting that away. Is it that flat?
So on that one, I would say that this would be a road.
Yeah, I would say so.
So it's going down and that one down.
It would be just that little bit of fill on the right side.
You know, the best place to have it. I feel like that's true. That's like the only
You still looking at them? You want to sign it?
What's this little white triangle right here? It's lighter than the other one.
Right. Then I hear say, seems like whatever. I know.
Okay, so on the first one, where is the road? Is the road on top or the bottom?
The top.
The bottom. That one's confusing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we know?
By the angle of the cut.
Okay, let's think about this. So both the top and the bottom are flat, right? So if the road is on the bottom, what happens to all this?
Cut.
Cut. If this is the road, is it realistic that the existing ground surface is this perfect? No. So doesn't this look like, okay, this is the center line of the road, see it has a C there? This is the road and these are the embankments on the side. If this was the road, that would mean you'd have to fill all this in, but it's highly unlikely you're ever gonna have a shape like that you have to fill. Okay, so this is the road, right here. These are the embankments, and what's all this?
Or
Cut.
just out of curiosity, what's the
Yeah.
little white triangle on the side?
Oh, so what do you think this little triangle is on the side?
Slope.
That's to show you the H to V slope of the embankment. Okay, let's look at the second one. Where's the road? On the top or the bottom? Top. And then what are these things called? The embankments. And cut or fill? Fill.
Hey, but
Yeah,
do they not have a different name for when the basements are that way and that way?
there's no different name.
They should.
Maybe they could call it a cut embankment and a full embankment, but I've never seen it. I just heard it as an embankment. How do they, just out of curiosity, how do you think they determine what the slope of the embankment can be?
Utility and soil.
Good. Depends on the type of soil. You're at the beach, right, and you're piling up soil. It always falls down. That's called the angle of repose. But if you have a soil that's more clayey, you could have it, it's stiffer, it's more cohesion, it's bonding more, you could have a steeper slope. Okay, let's look at the third picture. Where's the road, the top or the bottom? The bottom. What are these things called? Embankments. And is this a cut or a fill? Cut. Okay, how about D? Cut or fill? D, sorry, D. Does that say D there?
No, yeah, I'm saying
Yeah.
where is like the road.
Oh, okay, so on this one, is this the road or is this the road? The top or bottom? Top is the road. Top is the road. Doesn't this look like it could be an existing ground surface? In fact, it looks like, everybody look up there, it looks like they surveyed this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point, because these are different grade changes. So is this a cut or a fill? Fill. Okay, how about this one? Cut or fill? Where's the road? On the bottom. That's where the road is. So if that's the road, what does this represent? Existing ground surface. Cut or fill? Just this one. Cut. Okay, let's look at the last one now. So we have to figure out where the road is. Where is the horizontal line? Right here. That's the road. So on the left, what do we have? Cut, and on the right we have fill. Okay, let's look at the numbers a little. Let me zoom in. Okay, let's look at this one. So, this is the road, right? Everybody? So this is the road, so this is the existing ground surface. And don't you think this has something to do with surveying, right? They surveyed what points? How many points did they survey? 5. Are these the points? Do you see them? Everybody look up here just to take a look. Just tell me to slow down if I need to, if you need me to. 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. When have we ever seen points represented in a fraction in surveying before? Right, when we did V over H, right, to calculate the percent grade. When else have we seen a fraction? The area, the double area method, right? What went in the numerator? The vertical, right? And that would be the same thing if you were calculating a percent grade. The vertical goes over the horizontal. So what do you think the numerator represents? The vertical distance. And what do you think the denominator represents? The horizontal. So this is the center of the road, no? How wide is this road?
30 feet.
Ryland said 30 feet. Does everybody agree? How come?
That's 15 horizontal on each side.
Because here, this point is given a coordinate, an x coordinate of 15, and this side is given an x coordinate of 15. So it means it's 15 feet here and 15 feet here. So this road, the road bed is 30 feet wide. What's the 6.7 represent? The height from the bottom of the road bed to that point. The bottom of the road bed to that point is 6.7. And what is this height right here? 6.2. So now let's think in terms of math. Where is everything being measured from? Where is the origin? The center of the road at the road bed. That's the origin. So hang on a second. So what does this 5.8 represent here? The height of what? This point from here. So what's this distance right here? What's this distance? What's this distance? And what's this distance? And what's this distance? 7.1. Where is this 22.1? What distance is it? From the center, from the origin to the left. So it's this distance right here. And this distance right here is what distance? 21 feet. Ryland.
Yeah.
Why do they put a C in front of these numerators?
It's a cut.
Because it's a cut. Now, do you notice that if this point, oh, let me wait for everybody. If this point right here is my origin, mathematically, what do I know about the number 15 and 22.1? They're really negatives, right? So here, if this is my origin, this 15, which is this distance, and this distance, which is 22.1, are negatives. Do we put a negative in the denominator? No. The way the coordinates are always written are where they're located. They always put the coordinate of the center point here, and anything to the left goes to the left, and anything to the right goes to the right. So this point and this point are to the left of the center line, so they're written to the left of the center line. Here, right, right, it goes to the right. So now, you know the double area method. Figure out how you would calculate this area right here, using this information and what other information you know. You can work with the person next to you. So write it down and figure out what the area is.